Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Oceans 13 from CZT Marion Seidel. Hope I pronounced that right. Okay, so this is a, it could be a grid pattern. It also could not be. I'm going to pretend that this is one square of a grid, and we used this on our Tangle Time session today. And oh gosh, I had a lot of fun with it. So, without further ado, this one starts off with a couple orbs right in the set. Well, it doesn't even have to be the center of wherever you want it, but and I'll show you that. All right, there we go. Two little orbs, nested orbs. And then I'm going to pretend, like I said, that this is my box of a grid. And then what we're going to do is, oh, and actually, let me do this really quick. No, it'll have to work. All right. In this, whichever way it ends up working for you, we're going to draw lines essentially going through or under your orb. But let's just do this. So I'm going to draw a straight one out here. So kind of going diagonal. You could either do diagonal first or straight up and down first. Essentially what we're drawing is an asterisk. I was trying to do it with the, using the hollabow technique. So like this, excuse me. And then we go up the center. And it works a lot easier if you're going, if you're working on something smaller to do like that with the hollabow. Some of the ones I did earlier were immense. Then from here, in inside the sections, we're going to just do a smaller line coming from that orb, like that. You can play with how long you want them. I'm going to make it, I would say probably as a rule of thumb, no more than halfway. I wouldn't go any further than that necessarily. So, like I said, you can play with that. Oops, that one was a little long. There we go. All right. And then from here, we're going to connect all of the ends to the adjacent ends. So, in whichever way works better for you, I'm going to start on the smaller one and go to the taller one like this. Again, just straight lines, like so. One thing that I noticed myself is if, for whatever reason, how things ended up, if I didn't have a nice, like here is a nice corner, here, not so much. Uh, that's where I had to be careful, so I could start from there and go up to the point. So I just found that I had to pay a little close attention to that, um, just so that way I don't end up having a bend in the wrong place. Like if I started the line from up here or down below it. Some of my playing, it was a little goofy. We found this is a really nice one that you can just totally lose yourself in, because it's really not that hard, but it has such amazing results, as you are starting to see here. Like that. And that's it. Except for, to play around with shading, decorating. You could do patterns inside of these. What I'm going to do, just for now, is I'm going to put some graphite in alternating sections. So I think that looks neat. All of a sudden, I'm just occurring to me, it's too late now, but I could just put some graphite like in those corners. Oh, okay. I have some that I'm still playing with. Because then it would look, I wish I hadn't done those. Oh well. And I'm just kind of going on well, not that one, on the outside. And then I'll bring it all in with the tortillon. Yeah, but this kind of gives the impression that I'm picturing in my head. Um, but like I said, that could look really neat. Just putting graphite on either side of that line, kind of bring it out to both sides. Emphasize that bend. That kind of worked. I put the graphite on the outside so that way as I blend it in together, some of them are sort of light on the inside to give it just a little bit of dimension. But that is essentially it. And I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm just going to make a really small darken in that center, but lots of fun that you can have with this. So as I mentioned, you could do this in a grid like this, or in a grid format. And I decided to disguise my grid line. This is just a 4-square grid, and then I disguise the lines by auraing them in these sections. So that's neat. I used a little bit of metallic silver pen in there, so that's neat. And then I was just playing around with some embossing technique. Not quite finished, but good start, and it looks really, really neat. And then this one I decided to do, I wanted to go off center and just see what it looked like. And let me get it centered in there. It turns out kind of cool. Like I said, I haven't finished playing with it. I was having too much fun doing all of the structure of it. Played with it on vellum. Have I got the right side up? Yes. And then doing some print humps on the flip side of it. That's the fun with using these new translucent Z tiles. Really, really neat. And then I wanted to do it in the round, and so I started doing it in the round, like as a border, and it's a little wonky, but it's interesting. So that was a lot of fun to play with. All right, so like I said, super fun tangle. If you enjoyed this, would love to have you click the like button. If you feel free to share it and leave comments. If you like it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. If you're interested, though, in participating in the online sessions where we do this, we take one tangle, maybe two, just depends, and play with it and have fun. And it's amazing all of the different results that come out of it. Because as we're doing it, my mom is usually on. And and if not, we're talking through ideas. We look at some things, usually the samples that are provided by the originator of the tangle, and then it's just up to everyone's imagination. So we have a lot of fun, do some amazing tangling. If you want to see the results, below the links to the step outs that are in the description section, there's a link to my website. Make sure to follow my blog. And as soon as I get things posted, or if you subscribe to the channel, you will see the update when I get those posted. If you subscribe to the blog, what I do is I do a post with a recap. So I have links to both sessions, because I always do two. And still have links to the step outs and close-up pictures. We do the screenshots from each session, and then close-up pictures from those that either send it to me or that are on our Facebook group, and I swipe them from there to put them on the post. It's really amazing. So if you want to get some great ideas, subscribe to that, take a look, come join us sometime. That information is also on my website. And with that, I think I mentioned everything in a different order, so I think I got everything. So thank you so much for watching. Again, hope you enjoyed this, and I wish you happy tangling.